Yeah, we were playing pubs until midnight.
Wow.
I will, don't worry. You know, I just don't feel it's gonna be that one-sided.
Timing.
I can't balance the scales. It's nothing to say on his best hero of Ember Spirit. I'm not trying to be LGD bias, big LGD fan, but I'm gonna have to go for LGD as well. I don't know if I can balance the scales at all. Thank you so much, Nomad. Yeah, we're getting into the first LGD game. LBZS, they looked good against Vici, and then everything kind of dropped off. I think they had troubles finishing that first game off, and that could have given them a lot of confidence.
It was one of the biggest comebacks I've seen recently.
Yeah.
Vici game 1 against LBZS. Second game, not that competitive because LBZS is not a team that has so much experience, and you kind of expect them to get into that 30-minute second game loss after what happened in game 1. It affects you mentally for sure.
Yeah, so new day, new start. We'll see if LBZS have wiped their slate clean and give it another shot. It's up against probably one of the toughest opponents in the region. Vici, at least for me, it feels like Vici, Elf, and LGD kind of just any day of the week they're slotting that top 3.
Good job, Big-Up. You just, you know, check the list, the direct invite teams. These teams are good. Just kidding. I know you know the scene much better than anyone else here, but yeah, let's see what happens in this one. So we have White playing that Keeper of the Light, position 5. Not a single Mango, just 2 Fairy Fires at the moment. So definitely expect Chakra Magic, just checking what he wants to get first. Is it the new ability, or he would want to get Illuminate? Ame getting zoned out by Earthgrip.
And Cat-U already throwing some shots in Fortune Den, thrown on to Cat-U to root up this Morphling, and Ame instant fusion from Cat-U, and that's how Cat-U plays.
He rolls in and stops the TP.
Oh. Now he can't get anything out of this. Cat-U might lose his life for it, but they're keeping him out of lane. Now the Fortune's in. Does it turn into First Blood? For LBZS, now they brought over Innocence. He's turning up the Illuminate. There's the roll again, and Joust will take out the Morphling. He never steps foot near that tier 1 tower.
So Ame had to walk back. He has 0 experience at the moment, but at least Y gets the return kill, gets level 2 from that.
Yeah, Innocence grabbing that kill on the Cat-U, but that's the aggression that I think LBZS need to play with. They need to play kind of behind what Cat-U's going to do and be that leader and be that initiator. And they do it right there. That I don't think I've ever seen that kind of aggression on one position that early on like that. Don't allow him to even get to lane.
It was a thing a couple of months ago, maybe 6 months ago, where you just wanted to zone out the enemy carry. I haven't seen it in a very long time. Now Morphling walks back to the bottom lane. This is going to be a tough lane for Morph, because Sanking is already level 3. Caustic Finale, he's just going to push the wave with the Sanking, and the Morphling might struggle.
Yeah, the Morphling only 1-1 to Jug's 11-11. You've already got 11 CS. MS having a great time. He had swapped lanes. He's in the off lane right now, up against Jinku. Jiaofu with him. They want to go for this Tusk. They've got the shards up, but Fortune's End is there. They still might be able to kill off this Tusk. It's level 2 who try to TP. Outplayed Fury with Purifying Flames, and there's the kill for Jiaofu. Another one for him, so LBZS getting themselves a couple of kills in this top lane.
Yeah, seems like the story of this game is don't try to TP out. It's not as easy as it seems.
This is a really good start from LBZS. Something that they
Roll
need to do.
mid.
Yeah, roll
It's
for nothing to say.
3-man
Fortune's
rotation.
in. They are. We saw 496 play like this yesterday with all this aggression. It seems like a little bit of a change of style from last time we saw LBZS.
Yeah, this is looking really good. Like constant pressure starting from minute 0 and keep that pressure going. Leshrac is the hero that can snowball so easily, especially if he gets a couple of those early kills. Like he's getting the level advantage on the mid lane as well. So once you get that level 6 before the Ender Spirit, you can still, you know, get him killed easily. So now Juggernaut still free farming top 12, denies already. We're trying to swap the lanes a bit, but not sure if it's working out. Already a 1k gold bleed for LBZS here.
Yeah, so what's the response to this? You're trying to swap lanes, you're trying to make something happen and find yourself a little bit of farm, but it's not going well. Now Jinq getting pressed on. That tag team on X, but there's this on landing, another kill. Leshrac gets it. Illuminate coming through from Innocence. They might try to turn this on Jalfu, but pretty quick and able to walk away from that one. Harassment from Beyond onto MNS. He's really the anchor to this too. His lane almost always going really well. They'll throw the Fortune's end out. Now they've got the shard on a Jalfu. If you're trying to make a play, but again, Cat U is here. They will get the kill on the Jalfu, then it might lose Jinq in return. Mess with another one. They do have a response for a kill onto the Oracle.
Cat U is all over the place, man. These aggressive rotations from both the position 4 and 5 are really making some nice work for LBZS. Tanking on the bottom lane. You know, Morphling is catching up because he also has support of Innocence here. But yeah, I mean, Sank can kill Morphling unless Morphling decides to shift the wrong way. So, especially in 1 versus 1 scenario. Yeah, definitely needs more time to recover.
Going after Faith Beyond again. Boulder smash, Fortune's End, trying to rotate in to save Faith Beyond. He's got the spear lat into the tower. Well done there by Faith Beyond to turn the game plan on him and get the kill on the Cat U. Shards now for Jalfu. He's trying to run the other way. They've got the tag team. They'll look to keep up. Bring Faith Beyond and Innocence over. Jinq slowing him down. Jalfu. Now might be food for nothing to say. Jalfu. Oh, now they're going with the snowball for X. LGD turning the aggression on
6
there.
heroes mid. Makes a lot of sense. Man, I don't know if Earth Spirit noticed, but there's still tier 1 tower on the top, considering he already done the tier 2 tower twice.
Tower does not exist in the mind of Cat U. MS still just practically free farming at this point.
What have we here?
Faith Beyond trying to do what he can. He's level 5, getting close to that 6. Things have calmed down at least a little bit, where Ame is able to find some farm.
Dire's middle tower is under
And
attack.
nothing to say. He's trying to stay up there as well. He's 34-9, do the best on the side of LGD. He's getting a little bit of farm. Up ahead of the Leshrac for now. So it's all right in some areas, and they've kind of recovered on LGD.
Yeah, I'm as like, guys, please keep them busy. You know, I'm having a really good time right now. I do not want to experience what I did at the start. And Earth Spirit, once again, close to tier 2 tower, making that move.
Yeah, the heat map on his kills right now where, like, the tier 1 doesn't exist. That's for sure. It's a good rotation from the Leshrac. Comes over, gets a kill. They'll probably push this tower. They've got the damage. Dive off sitting at level 3, ready to go. The roll from Cat U. Try to clear up, see if anybody's in the trees. They'll use the glyph. Throw strike onto Ame. But you've got 3 heroes top. This kill not likely. However, you are feel like you're going to lose your top tier 1 if you're LGD.
Yeah, seems like there's not going to be any kind of response, and they can't really pressure bottom tower because there's not enough tower damage. Also, there is Sanking who's rushing for a hood, which I really like. Like, he just needs to be more tanky in this Ring of Health, providing him with enough sustain in the region. So it's very hard to just show up on the top lane against the Juggernaut, where he has Omni Slash, so you can't really pressure him. There's still not a BKB piercing ability that can stop his TP. Task only level 3. Trying to make a move on the mid lane.
The roll was out, but say he used the Remnant to back off. That left the double damage free to be bottled up by X. Faithion looking ready to go. Illuminate being used, but they've got the arena down on the Cat U. They'll find the kill onto the Earth Spirit. Almost spoke too soon. I thought he might even roll out. They get the kill, they'll pressure the tier 1 mid. I don't think LBZS are very likely to just leave this tower to get harassed down and killed.
No, they have the tools to defend the tower. If something goes wrong, Juggernaut can always TP. And you can see how aggressive Juggernaut is farming, knowing there's no BKB piercing abilities. If he feels threatened, just TP out. Because right-click damage is not enough. He's sitting at 11 armor, so can pretty much always just TP out, unless he gets surprise cleared by Mars.
Yeah, Mars the central only problem right now. Ame continuing to do what he can to gain on some of this farm. The Jugs in top of the net worth, and you've got the Leshrac effects getting closer and closer to that. You'll have that extra bit of setup for the stun, and maybe play even more aggressive up to that point, or past that point you picked up that Yules. Irving having an easy time bottom too. He's not over farmed or anything. He's sticking there with the Mars. In a good spot though, hasn't really been touched. Going for the Blink Dagger next.
Oh, what is that? The Morphling going for Lincoln Spear. Whew. Not sure why. Like, if you think about the abilities that he can block, what is that? Burrow Strike, Dates from Oracle, a Yule's Lightning Storm. These are not abilities that you're really afraid of, so not a big fan of Lincoln's here.
God pay your tribute.
So we'll see if
Radiant's middle tower is under
he does finish
attack.
the Lincolns. He's got it queued up. Very defensive early on from Ame. I think he's just feeling the pressure early
Yeah, I mean,
on.
you're not playing against, let's say, a Batrider, a Fusion Commander, like the initial jump that you could be afraid of.
Burrow Strike, looking for the roll, misses as the waveform's out, but they've got the Geomantic Grip. They've silenced up Ame. They'll use the Omni Slash, just bounces the neutrals for one. Waveform on top of the Morphling. He's surviving all of this so far, but he's got no help just yet. Waveform onto the low ground, and after everything seems to get thrown at Ame, he survives. Sleight of Fist through from nothing to say on a Cat U. Now looking to maybe turn this around. They've got the snowball from Jinkyu, and it won't even be needed. As Cat U ties Walrus Punch on MS, and after the chase on Ame, this is turning to be quite poor for LBZ. They at least get Jinkyu. Nothing to say now on the run. Searing Chains hits the Sand King as well as the Leshrac. It'll confirm the escape. It almost looked like that really fell apart, especially if they lost that Jug in the fight right there. LBZS's fight would have fallen real flat.
Only 2 position forwards dying there. They invested so much trying to kill the Morphling. It never happened. He's extremely tanky. Attribute shift maxed out, and this is going to be such a powerful combo. It usually is. You get a bit of trouble.
Snowball Walrus Punch coming through. Stun lands on Ame. Shards wide of the target. Now they'll put pressure on the tier 1. They might be able to get the tier 1 mid. Magnetize comes in. That's going to hit onto the Sunk as well as Innocence in the Coddle. Get the kill, and now nothing to say. He's in pretty deep. Fortune Sand locks him up. The stun misses as he remnants away. The roll from Cat U a little bit short. The Sleight of Fist to avoid the Burrow Strike. They got the silence. Nothing to say as well as Jinkyu. He's getting low. Uses that snowball, but only in extending the inevitable of his death. And, well, Zhao Fu gets credit for that one, and Cat U still trying to chase. Fortune's End thrown on the Earth Spirit, thinking he would get a little bit closer to nothing to say. Unfortunately, can't close the gap. All they get out of that is the Tusk.
I think there was an interaction, something similar that happens with like Tiny Toss with the Tusk Walrus Punch. While inside the arena, there was like an attribute, what actually happened? I'm really curious. So how did Lesh ended up outside the arena with just a spear?
Dire's middle tower
Up in the air from the punch and goes over the arena.
Sure, but I believe there was no punch.
Is under attack.
Might be wrong. But this is something that that happens, as I said, like tiny Walrus Punch gets you, you know, on that Z-axis, and you just
Epicenter. Oh, big surprise. Trying to go on Morphling once again. Got the damage this time. Purifying Flames will finish him off.
In service to imbalance.
And instant tip, man, I love that. Like, your tipping game needs to be on point, and I'd say LBZS is doing a really good job, you know, just holding that high ground, using every surprising them then with the Burrow Strike, and they had enough burst damage to actually bring him down.
Yeah, playing in a perfect position to catch Ame, who's going up there blind. That is a bit of a risk when you know he did recently just fight in that area as well.
Radiant are scattered.
Innocence gets caught by Cat-U, spots him, magnetized Fortune's End. There's another one for LBZS. Cat-U is making things happen all over the map so far for this Radiant side. So yeah, let's take a look. Looked like they were trying to show us the replay real quick. Nothing to say, meanwhile, going for the BKB early when Orbit Corrosion and then BKB. Yeah, both him and Ame playing hyper defensive.
I can understand why. You know, you're playing into Leshrac, who mostly deals magical damage. Edict is physical, so that's gonna hurt still, but you need a defensive way. You're playing into Earth Spirit, into Sanking. Feels like you need to have frontliner. You need to buy more time for Morphling, because he is your late game security. Man, I really don't think this Lincoln Spear is paying off. It's a very costly. It's tough to get. Like I already said, that you can't really block the good spells. So like, just a Morbid Mask to have a sustain would be fine. Possibly Manta style after that. Shotgun also feels good for bursting these heroes. Maybe not the best against the Oracle, because if he's fast enough, then you're kind of wasting a lot of gold if he can block that shotgun.
Up on LGD towards Irving 5. Now look for the Sand Kings and the Sandstorm. They've got the dust as well as the Snowball. There's the Spear, Walrus Punch. Good smoke from LGD to get that kill. Nothing to say. Also came over. He's on a killing spree. All this is happening. LGD, they're trying to get some farm for Ame, but look at where MS is. He's got this Battle Fury, and what he's got queued up is the Manta into the Axe. He is ahead of Ame by 1,400 gold.
Juggernaut's farming real nice. Like, he was not being contested. Top lane was going well for him, and they have not made any aggressive rotations on it. They still feel it can easily backfire if they don't lock him down. Omni-Slash could really hurt. Like, if they want to get a kill, you need to Mars the stun him with the spear, follow up with the tusk. It's very hard to bring him.
And the Mars is going Yule's. Would you want that, or more so the Blink Dagger for a Mars to get on top of him?
I don't think for this situation you would want to have a Blink Dagger, but Yule Scepter just feels like a much safer choice here, where you can remove the silence. You know, also it's a good setup for a spear if you can time well, not necessarily on Juggernaut, but on some other heroes.
And there's that Yule's gonna pop the double dash, swipe, Xiaofu. Getting chased for a moment by nothing to say. They've got Cat-U as well as Irving ready to go. Ame nearby too. Looking like this could be a clash. Q up in the top lane. That is the Tusk, who's been disrupting the sights away from it. They've got the arena down with the Blade Fury in time from MS. He spins out of the arena. Xiaofu using that false promise on himself. Not looking like it's going to be enough to save him, as nothing to say gets yet another, and he's now dominating. So, what is for LGD the itemization think is going to be exactly for them? Is it these rules? Is it the Lincolns? Like, would rather see them go a couple different items? Is it too defensive right now?
I think how game has developed, they need to get the defensive tools. So, big fan of Ember Spirit getting that BKB burst item, so you can go and try to create a bit of chaos, not caring about Sanking Earth Spirit. There is still potentially a Snowball save. Keeper of the Light going for a mech. And also just lowering the cooldown of certain abilities, let's say Fey Form. This is a nasty combination with the Ember Spirit, the Slide of Fist, and the Searing Chains. That's really cool.
And then for Ame, who's your morph target? what's going to benefit
Dyer's
you the
middle
most.
tower is under
Hold on Irving, lands his spear, snowball coming in. And they've got Ame here to help out to get that kill. Quick one on the Sand King.
Ame does not have a shotgun build, so he's not gonna go for anything. Just lead one hero. Depends how the fight is gonna start. If Lars gets to the arena, he's gonna go in, follow it up. The one good thing about the Lincolns here is he doesn't have to care about strike, which I think is the biggest problem for him right now. Just that instant initiation. Sand King's getting very close to the blink after, just 100 gold away.
He's not too far away from it. He's quite behind Fabian. I'm surprised Fabian's really picked up on the
Dyer's
farm,
bottom tower is
as
under attack.
Irving's has slowed down quite a bit. So, an extra 1,000 gold to his name on Fabian. He's sitting at 6,700 net worth, only 1,000 behind his own Ember. We'll see what Fabian's game plan is coming into this. What he's looking for next is that Manta gets finished on MS, who is still top of the net worth and still farming really well. Next up for him is the Axe.
Still 0 deaths on him. Yeah, that Aghanim Scepter, really loving it, especially when there isn't enough burst damage on the enemy team to just bring you down instantly, and there's also an Oracle. So
Dyer's
like
middle
Oracle
tower
just
is
needs to be
under
very
attack.
careful about his positioning. And you have good target. I think most of the time you want to use that false promise on Leshrac, because he is actually dealing the most damage in the fight right now.
And he's a lot more killable than, say, the Jug, right? Who
For
can
sure.
Blade Fury and keep himself alive for longer. Kind of picked up for the Leshrac of X. They were looking towards Roche for a second until the shards came out from Jinkyu. Got Boots of Travel ready to go.
Radiant's bottom
Yules,
tower is
Kaya,
under attack.
Leshrac sitting just behind Ame and net worth, ahead of nothing to say.
Impurities.
And then back into Roche now for LBZS. So they're trying to get this Aegis.
And I think they will. I feel LGD is not going to contest that.
They're grouping up like they want to smoke. That's exactly what they're going to do. 5-man smoke heading over. We'll see if they can get there in time. This isn't exactly the quickest Roche. See how LGD play this. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains. That's going to rule up the Leshrac. He's going to Roche gets out of the Mars. And now something coming out from KU. Snowball, maybe nothing to say. In the Roche chain, they snatch the Aegis. They take it away from the hands of LBZS. They've got these down. They get that kill on the PvP. So GQ, they bought 2 heroes on the side of LGD. False Promise keeping the Sand King alive. They take out X, look towards Irving. Now they'll find MS. The Blade Fury is over. The Lincolns gets power. The Burrow Strike is there as he's morphing into the Sand King. Manta trying to get away, but Searing Chains are there. They've got the damage. They'll take out the Jug. 3 heroes gone to the side of LBZS, and they've snatched up that Aegis into the hands of nothing to say. A very well fought fight by LGD.
Sand King went for a play like, I'm gonna go and try to buy some time until my Leshrac and Juggernaut finish off that Roche, but nothing to say. Very quick, understands how low Roshan is, gets inside and actually snatches the Aegis, which is pretty big. Like, this is game changing. Your Morphling didn't die, you got that Aegis, you only lost your position 4 and 5 in that fight, so it's really, really good for LGD right now.
Yeah, and watch Ame remove the Sand King very early into the fight. When Irving initiated onto the Mars, immediately Ame chose the Sand King, Burrow struck him back, and the False Promise has to get used on Irving. They wanted to keep him in the fight. And then you don't have it for the Leshrac, you don't have it for the Jug. It ends up being a very successful one for LGD, who now find KU.
Dyer's
Ame
middle
with
tower
another
is
one.
under attack.
So MS getting slowed down a little bit, and now sits behind Ame in terms of net worth, who's picked up that Manta.
This game kind of reminds me of Chi against LBZS, game number 1, where LBZS was very aggressive and got so
Radiant's
much
bottom
network
tower is
advantage,
under attack.
and after that everything
Radiant
just starts to
structures
fall
are
off. It feels
fortified.
like their laning stage is
Dyer's
really, really
structures
good,
are fortified.
and the decision making in the mid game is, well, it's kind of costly. I mean, I can understand that you have like 2 PI winning players on one side and
Radiant's bottom
guys who
tower
are not
is
as
falling.
experienced as them, so
Radiant's middle
yeah,
tower is
clear
under
difference
attack.
in how to come back into the game or how to actually keep that advantage that you have going on.
Yeah, so that inexperience really hurting
Exactly.
them. And we saw that, like you said, with the first series that they played. You have such a big lead, and yet you don't know how to close it out. You fail to get up the high ground,
Dire's
and
middle
it's
tower
that
is
barrier
under
of the game that keeps you from winning. They were right there. They looked really good in that first game.
Dire's middle tower
And that goes to
has
the Blade
fallen.
Fury. See if they can keep up with him. Arena down. That keeps MS locked up. They're going to go with the Remnant, but now the stun enough. If they reverse trick following it up. Roll in. Cat you there, keeping him stun locked. They threw it magnetized. They pop the Aegis, but now they've got Cat you in trouble to take out the Earth Spirit. They've only got the first light out of the hands. There's nothing to say. Now the Spirit is going to the Leshrac. X will fall too. Two heroes gone inside of LBZS right next to the tier 2 tower. We'll see LGD go from here. We've got that sigil from Jinkyu.
Good old sigil. I was wondering, you know, why we never got rid of that slot.
Radiant's middle tower
Cosmetics
is under
department.
attack.
That's why, because we wanted to bring the sigil back, and here it is.
Yeah, I've still got my Vici sigil, but I don't get to use it much.
Radiant's middle tower
So
has fallen.
that's the build from Tusk so far. Phase Boots, Axe Guard. And he's going for the Blink Dagger next. Blink Burrow Strike coming through, hitting on Innocence. Got the stuns on Ame. They're chasing, looking for the kill, but the spear stuns up MS. Innocence staying alive and is weaving as that roll comes out from Cat-U, but it's not going to land onto the Coddle. They hit the wall with a bunch of the Cat-U. They get the kill into the Earth Spirit. They'll look over at MS, who's complete through already. BKB coming up at the same time. Deep. Got the spear, but it lands onto an illusion. Ami Slash bouncing around, trying to get the kill on a Faith Beyond. He gets low. The stun hits. Irving takes out Faith Beyond. At least gets one. He gets down right on top of LGD. Jump through and Irving. So does Jinkyu. Blink Fury wants to get from MS. They've got a sigil over the fight. They're trying to get the kill over the Jug. They've got him low. The Searing Chain sits onto the Leshrac as well as the Jug. They take out MS. They look over at X. Finish him off with the Adaptive Strike. Nothing is unstoppable with that double kill. It's full team up for the side of LGD with the buyback being used by Irving, who will burrow strike back towards the base and escape the hands of LGD.
Ooh, man, that was so costly. LBZS tried to kill Keeper of the Light, but really keeping him alive. Even if Keeper of the Light dies there, it's still really not worth it. They gave LGD enough time to actually prepare and shoot whether they want to take a fight. Yeah, you asked about Tusk, like he has only that sigil shard upgrade, while Keeper of the Light is kind of taking over as a position 4 in this game.
He's got quite a bit of
Glimmer
farm.
Cape, and almost a full force back.
He's ahead of the Sand King on the side of LBZS. He's found so much farm. Is that a bit of a surprise that he's found some space to get some farm himself? Hold on, Yule's used on Irving to have the spear to follow it up. There's the tag team, Walrus Punch, another kill onto the Sand King. And this seems to be how Irving's had this game go for
I mean,
him.
if Sank keeps playing like this, you know, Tusk will also be ahead of him just by staying AFK and not getting any creeps, because his stats are very costly. I'm not surprised by the Keeper of the Light getting this amount of farm, because new Keeper of the Light doesn't have Blinding Light, has a new spell, Solar Bind, so you want max out to Illuminate, which also means that you will get more farm with it.
They're still trying to roll. The recall, nothing to say. He's here. They'll dust up Cat-U. Actually, I believe they dusted up these LGD heroes. They'll still try to go and get ahead of Rolling Boulder, but they have the stun on and nothing to say. Maybe stepping in front of it wasn't the wisest idea. Equally thrown over at the Leshrac. They're going after Ame. Turns into the Jug, uses that blade through. The full comes in from Cat-U once again, but the Remnant forward from nothing to say. You can see with the Geomagnetic Grip, and now silence up. But by the fifth Searing Chains that hits the Leshrac with the Oracle, they get the counter shell as well as Cat-U, but they bring it down around the Leshrac with the Blade Fury from MS allows him to lead. TP False Promise, like a fifth Searing Kick. They get the kill onto the Leshrac and take out MS,
Radiant's
completing the
top tower
team
has
wipe
fallen.
just in time as he was trying to TP back
Radiant's
home.
top tower is under attack.
Into a 17,000 net for lead for LGD, and they call GG. LGD
Radiant's top tower
take
has fallen.
game 1 over LBZS.
Yeah, I mean, LGD managed